Hi everybody, it's Christina from Christina's Crafts, and I'm going to show you how to make this cute Dollar Tree bathroom decor. Alright everybody, so this is what you're going to need to start making your project. You're going to need these frames. I have these 4x6s that I got from Dollar Tree. So I am going to go ahead and open these up. Get the other ones opened up. Alright. And then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take these out of here, and then I am going to dry brush some paint on here. So I'm going to take the glass out of here and pull this out. And then I am going to take, since the frames are already black, I am going to dry brush. I think I'm going to do some white and some gray on there. I'm going to put the white on first and see how that looks. Just going to dry brush. I'm going to do a little bit on the sides too. My theme for this is going to be gray, black, and white. Alright, so I got a little bit of white on there. Then I'm actually going to take the gray and mix a little gray in there too. And then I'm going to get a little bit on the sides. And then once I have a little bit of gray on there, I'm actually going to go back over with the white on there. Just brush over. Yeah. Okay, so I have all my frames all painted, and I got a little bit of gray and white in there. So all three of them are done. So I'm going to set those aside right now. And I decided I'm going to use gray paper. I'm hoping it's going to show up okay. So I just took the little inserts to the pictures, and I am just going to trace an outline to cut them out to the size that I need. And then I am going to cut them. And I've seen multiple people do this project, and when you have it, I'll grab my sticker over here. This light gray right here, it's like it just does not show up good. So I don't know, I'm gonna try to put it on the dark gray and we'll see how that turns out. I have it all drawn out. Now I'm gonna cut them out. Okay, I have them all cut out. Now I'm ready to put my stickers on. Now this might be a little bit of a challenge. I'm actually going to cut these out right here because I want to check placement of them. So I'm just, whoops, sorry, off camera. I'm just cutting around here. And put this on here. I just want to make sure that I get it in a really good spot. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the top part here, and then I'm just going to kind of fold this under and try to line it up. And hopefully it turns out good. So I'm just going to use my little Cricut squeegee here, and then I'm just going to peel this off slowly and put it on like this. Alright, that looks pretty decent. Now hopefully it all shows up. It's actually a little low there, but maybe I can adjust that. Bend that down. Whoop. This one's a little bit more difficult. Alright, we're just gonna, it's a little bit off on that side. See if I can get this back up. Gotta make sure I'm measuring the bottle. It did pull my paper off a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. Alright. I guess it is a little bit still hard to see that silver on there. I don't really know what color you would use on there that would actually look decent. It's a little difficult. All right, I am going to bend this a little bit so I can kind of see how far my toothbrush and my toothpaste are going up. I'll start from there and then squeegee upward. All right, got them all on there. Now let's see how they look in the frame. I'll get one in there and then I'll do the rest off camera so as to not bore you. All right, did I do that? Yep. Okay, well I think that looks pretty good. Let me get there we go. My light, I don't have a very good light, so it's hard to get it in there. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get the other two together. All right, I have them all in the frames, as you can see right here. Then the next thing that I'm gonna do is I am going to add my beads. So what I'm gonna take these, let's see, how is this like this? And I'm actually gonna line them up like this to hang it, instead of doing them all separate. And I painted these beads, which I did ahead of time because it actually took me a while to do. And I'm gonna have a hanger at the top, and then I'm gonna have these little beads that I'm gonna string in between them. And I am going to use this hemp rope that I have to do that. So I will get to that in just a second, and I'll show you how I'm gonna do that. All right. The next thing is I need to use my rope here. Now I'm going to string this continuously from the top all the way to the bottom. So I need to make sure I have enough here. But I have these really tiny beads that need to go in here. I'm going to start with the black one in the middle. And as you can see, it's really hard to get in there. So I'm going to take some tape. And it's going to take a little bit, but you have to wrap this around really tight. And then you got to leave kind of like a peak on the top, at least just to get these small beads in there. So I'm going to try to wrap this on here to kind of a point, and then should be able to slide the beads through pretty decent. There we go. Oh, you know what? I totally forgot. I'm gonna have to do that again because I'm gonna have to start with the big bead on the end here. So let me get that tape back on there. I have to go in order. So just try to wrap it on there as tight as possible. All right, so this is my order right here for the top part. I painted them right on those pipe cleaners, but I did that ahead of time because I knew that was going to take a little bit of time to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and get all these beads, the wood beads, strung on here. And then I will come back and we're going to start putting this together. But I just wanted to mention real quick, these beads I got on Amazon, and I actually got a pack of them. There's 7,000 pieces in here, and there's 7 different sizes, and I got those on Amazon, and it was only $16 for all these beads. So keep that in mind if you have any projects you want to do beads with. Okay, so I have my beads on here. Then I'm going to take my top one up here, and this is actually going to go like this. So I'm just going to stick this underneath here, because this is going to hang up like that on the top. But then I have the other picture frames. which I'm going to attach. So I'm going to try to pull, yeah, just pull that through. I'm just trying to measure this right now so I get it about where it's supposed to go. And then I'm going to do this one next. And I am doing these beads on there. I think I'm going to do the gray, black, then white. So I'm going to get these beads strung on here. Because I just want to make sure that I get a good measurement. Actually, I think I was going to do, that's right. The gray is a bigger size, so I'm going to do the white. But see, that tape works pretty good. As long as you can get it onto a nice point like that. If you can see that. I don't think my camera is focusing. Here, hold on. Okay, so I have a nice point with the tape on here. And then it makes it way easier to string the beads on there with that tape. Okay, so I'm going to stick those beads in between like this. And then I'm going to do the same on the bottom one here, or in between that. So, and I'm going to actually string some beads, I think maybe hanging off the bottom. I'm not 100% sure yet. So I might need to pull a little bit more here. So I think I'm just going to pull a little bit more down. Just take a little bit more, and then that should be good. And then measure this out. So I have the same size on both sides. And then I'm going to get the rest of my beads strung on here, and then we're going to hot glue it onto the frames. So I'm going to get my beads on here, and then I will come back and we're going to hot glue it all together. Alright, my glue gun should be heated up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to turn this around here, is I want to keep it about in the middle here. This is going to be a little bit difficult and a little tricky. So I want to keep it in the middle right here. So I'm going to glue this bead right here first. Yep, I'm going to put it right to the top of the picture frame. About right in the middle. Get a little of that glue out. Alright, and then I'm going to pull this tight here. So my beads are nice and tight. Okay, and then I'm going to glue that one onto there. Oh, didn't realize I was out of the frame again. Alright. Stick that under there, and I'm going to glue this one right in the middle here. And this is going to be the hanger right here to hang it. Alright, just like that. Then I have to, well actually what I'm going to do is I am going to pull these off of here because I'm not going to be using these, so just rip that right off. And I want to keep this all about in the middle. So I'm going to put a little dab of hot glue right here. And what I mean by the middle is right where this little frame is right here, about in the middle of that. That's how I'm going to try to keep it straight. And push my beads up here. Alright, push the beads up, then I'm going to grab the next frame. Excuse my mess here. I'm a very, very messy crafter. Alright, I want my beads to stick on the outside of the picture here. So I'm actually going to put a little glue on here also on the top here. And then I'm going to try to stick this bead like right there. But I do want to kind of get it tight. This is a little tricky, I'm not going to lie. It sounded good when I'm planning on doing it, but it's a little tricky. Alright. Put my bead on here. Actually, you know what? I'm going to stick a little hot glue right here also. And grab my finger here so I can squish it down. Alright, and then, oh, don't you just love the hot glue strings? Alright, so I'm going to pull this tight on this frame and stick it on here. Okay, so I got that. Now I'm going to have to do the other side. So I'm going to get this side done, and then I'm going to attach the other picture frame to the bottom of this one, and then I will come back. Alright, I am on the last picture frame here. Just getting these beads glued on. And then I'm going to figure out exactly what I'm going to do with the bottom, because I'm not 100% sure yet if I want to put the beads on the bottom or not. Alright, so I'm at the end here, and I think I do want these beads hanging off, but I really don't want this rope to show up, so I'm just going to try something here. I'm just going to try and see if this works. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue on the hemp here, and then push the bead up. And I'm going to do that with the other two, because I think what I'm going to do is, if this works out, I am just going to leave them, I'm going to cut the bottom here so the rope doesn't, the hemp rope doesn't stick out the bottom. So I'm just going to glue these together like that. And it should be a nice fit. And then I think I'm just going to clip this like that, just so the beads just kind of hang off the bottom. Because I really don't want that, the rope hanging out. So I'm going to take the rest of my beads here and string them on. If I can get them in there, there we go. The tape actually works pretty nice to get that on there, because I hate it when you're trying to put stuff on and then the bottom frays, and then you just can't get it through. Alright, so I got them all on here, so I'm just going to put a little bit on there and push it up. And do the same thing with the next. Then of course I'm going to have to go through and get rid of all my glue strings. Yeah, that's going to hold pretty good, I think. Up there. Then I'm going to clip this off. Alright, let's see what it looks like. Sorry, this is kind of a long project. It's kind of hard to get it all in the frame, but there we go. I'll obviously get a better picture of this when I hang it on the wall to show you. But there is the finished product. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you go ahead and get crafting and make your own. And if there's anything else that you think I could have done different, I would love to hear. So I hope you subscribe and give me your comments, and take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.